Hello viewers, greetings to all of you. In this short video, we are going to talk about union of open sets in a metric space, and the main result which we are going to prove is that arbitrary union of open sets is an open set. It means that if we have been given a family of open sets in which the number of members is arbitrary, it means the number could be countable, it could be uncountable, or it could be finite or infinite. In that case, if you take the union of all those members, then the resulting set is again an open set. So this is the main result which we are going to prove. But before we proceed to frame a mathematical proof for that, let us recall the definition of an open set and a primary discussion before the main result. Now we know that if we are given a set G, then this set G is said to be open if you take any point x in G, and for that point x you have an open sphere SRX centered at x and having radius r within G. Now we have observation on the union of open sets. Suppose we have two sets G1 and G2, then this shaded region is the union G1 union G2. Now if we have to check that whether G1 union G2 is an open set, we'll have to take a point in the union. Suppose we are taking a point here, then this point x will certainly lie at least one of the G1 and G2. It may lie in G1, it may lie in G2, it may lie in G1 and G2 both, but certainly it will lie in one of the sets G1 and G2. Now for definiteness, we take that x lies in G1. Then since G1 is an open set, we have an open sphere SRX which is contained in G1. Clearly, you can see that this SRX is also a subset of G1 union G2. Therefore, we have taken an element x in G1 union G2, and we have shown that we have an open sphere which is a subset of G1 union G2. That open sphere is certainly centered at x. Therefore, we can very easily see that if G1 and G2 are open sets, then G1 union G2 is going to be an open set. Now if we add another set G3 to this scene and we take the union of this G3 as well, and we take any point y now, then certainly y is going to be a member of at least one of the G1, G2 and G3. Just for definiteness, we suppose that y is an element of G3. Then again, since G3 is open, we have an open sphere which is centered at y and contained in G3. In that case, we can very easily see that this SRY is a subset of G1 union G2 union G3. So this scenario is never going to change. If you take any point in the union, then that point will lie certainly in at least one of the sets belonging to that union. And since that set is an open set, you will find an open sphere centered at that point in that set. And that open sphere will certainly be a subset of the union, and therefore union will become open. So it gives you an idea that if we take a family of open sets, and that family we can call as the family of G alpha, where G alpha are open sets, and we make alpha run over an index set I, and that index set we can take as an arbitrary index set, so that the family contains arbitrary number of members. Now if we consider the union of G alpha, alpha in I, this is the way to represent the union of a family, then this union will become an open set with the same argument which we have just seen. Because If the family is empty, then the union G alpha will be empty and then it will become open. But if it is not empty, then we can take an element X in the union, which is certainly going to be an arbitrary element, and that X will certainly belong to some of the G alpha, and for definiteness we call it G alpha naught or G alpha 0, where this alpha naught is a member of I. Now this G alpha naught is an open set, so you can say that there will be an open sphere SRX which will be a subset of G alpha naught, but G alpha naught is a subset of the union, so it means that this open sphere SRX is a subset of union of G alpha, and this very easily gives that union of G alpha is an open set. So this is the idea of the main proof. Now let us see the mathematical framework. You know, writing a mathematical proof is an art. So we will learn how to present it in a mathematical proof. Let us see. Now in a metric space ED, we have taken a family G alpha of open sets, and the I index set is arbitrary. Just for convenience, we take G is equal to union G alpha. We name union G alpha as G, and we show that G is an open set. Now if G is equal to phi, this is the case when the family is empty, then it is open because we know that empty set is always open. If G is not equal to phi, then we can take an arbitrary member X in G, and that member X will certainly belong to some G alpha naught for some alpha naught in I, but G alpha naught is an open set because it is a member of the family of open sets which we have taken, and hence by the definition of open set, there will be an open sphere SRX such that SRX is a subset of G alpha 0 or G alpha naught, but this G alpha naught being a member of the union is a subset of the union, and this union is equal to G. So eventually we find that for arbitrary X in G, there exists an SRX which is a subset of G, and it gives you that G is an open set. And what is G? It is in fact the union of G alpha, and therefore union of G alpha becomes an open set. Now we will see the union from another angle, and for that we give you an assignment. In the course of proving this main result, we have already proved that A is a subset of B implies that A interior is a subset of B interior. So we expect that you can prove it. Just pause the video and try to prove it. And with the help of this proof and using that A is open if and only if A is a subset of A interior, you have to prove that union G alpha is an open set without taking the concept of open spheres. So just pause the video and try to prove it. Hope you have proved it, but if not, I am just making an outline for the proof. Now let us see the proof. The first is very simple. Given that A is a subset of B, we have to show that A interior is a subset of B interior. So for proving that A interior is a subset of B interior, we'll have to take an element in A interior and we'll have to show that that element lies in B interior. So let X belongs to A interior. So X is an interior point of A. And if you recall the definition of interior point, then it gives you the simple thing that you have an open sphere SRX which is a subset of A. This is the definition of interior point. If you are not aware of interior point, you can go to my video on interior point and you can see the definition. So if X belongs to A interior, it simply means that you have an open sphere SRX which is a subset of A. Now because A is a subset of B, very easily you can see that this SRX also becomes a subset of B, and eventually we find that X belongs to B interior. So we have taken a point X in A interior and we find that X belongs to B interior, and it proves that A interior is a subset of B interior. So when we suppose that A is a subset of B, A interior becomes a subset of B interior. Now we are going to use this result and we are going to prove that union G alpha is an open set. This is again very simple. Now you know that G alpha is always a subset of union G alpha. Now this implies that G alpha interior is a subset of union of G alpha interior, but G alpha is an open set. Therefore G alpha interior is equal to G alpha. This we have already proved in our earlier video, and this becomes a subset of union of G alpha interior. And of course this is true for each alpha belonging to the index set I, and it implies that union of G alpha is a subset of union of G alpha interior. And therefore using this result we prove that union of G alpha is an open set. So since A is a subset of B implies A interior is a subset of B interior, we get this step, and after that with the help of the result that interior and the set becomes equal when the set is open, we get this step, and since it is true for all alpha, we can take union on the left side, and again using this result we can show that union G alpha is an open set. So this is the another way by which we can look at the union of open sets. In fact, both are on the same lines. So with this, we are finishing this video. In the next video, we are going to talk about intersection of open sets. Till then, bye, take care. Thank you very much.